Summer bags have been released, so I thought that I would sit down with you and go through about 14 of them. Why 14? Not a clue in the world. And see if I think they're worth it or if they're a bit of a waste of money. Guys, if you're new here, my name is Cassie and I'm a self-diagnosed luxury addict. I put out videos on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, so if you like luxury fashion, then you're probably gonna love it here. So head down there, subscribe, turn on the bell, become a member of our luxury addicted family. When are we going to rehab? Never. Link's going to be below, ring the shopping button on the screen. Let's kick it off with the Prada wicker mini bag. Usually I can be quite unimpressed with designer basket bags because I'm like, we see this every year and all you've done is just like tweaked it a little bit, okay? I usually want like a little bit of extra something. So when I saw this, let me tell you, I was impressed. I said, Miu Prada, I think you're onto something here. So this is the very creatively named wicker mini bag, right? You've got that sort of very structured little straw raffia, you know, little buckety tote look, but you've then got this sort of striped drawstring bag on the inside. You've got a sort of contrasting pink and green or blue and brown striped raffia on the top, and then you've got the rope handles. And I think that there's a lot going on here, but it's just enough. Okay, she's fun, she's fresh, she's summery. I like the rope handles. You can do a nice shoulder moment with her. This is the first time in a long time that I've seen a Prada bag and I'm like, hold on a second. I might be picking up what you're putting down because this is great. It's fun, it's easy. Bring this out for every summer. She's interesting, okay? And I enjoy that about her. She is a cutie patootles, okay? And I approve. By the way, that was a yay. Yay, stamp for yay. To be honest with you, Prada's summer bag line, I'm impressed. There are some of the other ones that I just wanted to quickly highlight while we're here because I was like, again, I'm quite intrigued. Okay, so this is the first one, which sort of reminds me of a deck chair. Are you getting deck chair vibes from it? I really, really like the hardware handles, like the metal handles on this. What a great pop, right? Again, this is not going to be practical. Then again, she's got the shoulder straps with the rope detail. That is nice. That is a nice summer tote. Oh, I like her. I like her a lot. Okay, and then the other one, it's a little bit more toned down. This is the Marina, and it comes in 3 different sizes. The 2 smaller sizes look like bucket bags, and then this, I think, is the large size, and it's more of like a hobo sort of shape. This is one of those sling over your shoulder, don't think about it again, easy, molds to the body. They clearly don't want to show it on the body at all. Here's a smaller version, not as cute. And you know, for me, TBE, what's it called, ambassador over here, I usually go for the smaller ones, but I think for this one, the large, it is a better style. Anyway, that was just a little throwaway and we need to move on to the next one. The next one is the Saint Laurent Le 5 Cassette wooden bead tote. Here we have a sort of wooden take on the mesh totes that we've seen year after year after year. There is something about this that I quite like, that they've done something a bit different. Okay, a new material, a wood, interesting, right? Underrated. I will say that the feel of this, I don't like. As in, imagine a beaded strap on your shoulder there, gnawing into the bone. I don't like that about it. I also, like, you know that it's just gonna clang together. Like, you know the sound it's gonna make. Right, that's not the sound. You know the sound it's going to make of those, like, wooden beads clanging against each other, right? And I don't know if I like that. I like the vibe, and if I think I were to see somebody out, I'd be like, that's a cool choice, good for you. But generally, it's not really, oof, yeah, no. I think that that would be a bit of a nay, to be honest with you, but I appreciate the fact that they've tried to do something different there against the grain of, you know, another raffia tote. Next up, we have the Miu Miu bow bag. And this is a style that they generally do. I think it's like a permanent style. It's a little east-west shoulder bag moment. I went and tried this on recently, so I'll include videos of that. I quite like this. I think that it's a really nice style, especially with the woven leather. I think that that's an interesting take, right, from Miu Miu specifically. You know, we're used to it at Bottega and everything, but this is a different way of doing it. And so you feel like it has that kind of like raffia-y, summery feel, but done in a leather that also feels like you could wear this all season round. The other good thing about this bag is that the zip goes all the way underneath. So you can really open up this bag. You're not going to be like ferreting in and the teeth are going to be, you know, gnawing at your hand as it goes in and out. So you can really get access in there. Comes in a few colors, but I do think Oh, I quite like this one. I quite like this sort of yellowy brown. There's something sort of 70s about it, right? Like, I've seen a chair that looks like this. I know you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, let's move on. I don't think that the white and yellow is as good as the sort of, apparently the cognac fern green copper colourway. I think it's nice. It's got these little balls hanging off of it. Are there two? It's quite a strategic move if there are two. There are two of different sizes. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. So I like this one. I'm going to put it as a yay. Generally, I like this. They also do a canvas version of this that is also very nice. So a yay from me. Now we have the Chloe, whatever, banana tote. If you know how I felt about the Prada raffia tote, you will not be surprised at my thoughts about this one either. Okay, and that is, don't do it. I think that this is just, it's a sad little bag, isn't it? Like, just like, look at how thin it is. Again, I felt the same way about the Prada one. What are you gonna do? Put a magazine in there? You can't put a bottle of water. It's gonna be bulging out at a weird sort of angle because it's so thin. There is no width to it. It annoys me, actually. It's fine. No, it's not fine. It comes in a nice range of colours, I'll give them that. You've got a lot of choice there. But for $1,290, for a tote that's got Chloe on it, that sort of looks, I was gonna say it sort of looks handmade, but not in a good way. It's thin, it's sort of shapeless, you know, no. It's just, I don't know, you can get much better bags for that price point, and you can get, if you like that bag, you can get much cheaper. So, there's my thoughts on that. That's a nay. If we didn't get that, it was a nay. Next up, we have Jacquemus and the Le Salon clutch. This is a long, almost baguette-like, like a literal baguette, sort of shaped. There's a lot of elements of this that I find quite endearing about it. I like the mix of metals. So, for example, here we've got the black one. You've got the sphere and the cube kiss lock. I like that that's a bit different and interesting. And then on one side of the bag, you have the gold hardware sort of trim on the mouth there, and then on the other side, it's silver. So I kind of feel like, depending on if you're like, I want a bit more of a silver vibe, switch. I want a bit more of a gold vibe, switch. You know I enjoy versatility and like a 2-in-1 in a bag. So I feel like we've got 2 bags in this, in terms of hardware. It is not going to be the most practical option. As we can see, she's sort of holding it like that, which I wouldn't, but good for her. It does also have a shoulder strap. So what is this saying? The green. There's something about holding it like this, like a baguette, that I really quite enjoy. It's very formal, but there's something fun about it. I think it's just different. It's different, it's interesting. You can do a shoulder bag with it. It's not going to be kind of weird looking from a side view if you're carrying this on the shoulder. No, I don't think so. I like her, she's weird and I like her, yay. I think you can also get like croc embossed versions of this. There's also a yellow. Yeah, there's the croc embossed, there's also a yellow bumbling about as well. A while ago, I did a video on the fact that the row might be making the Margot bag a bit harder to get, and the sort of successor of that bag, I guess, is the Marlowe. All I'm gonna say is, we know the Row Margot sells out, and, okay, well this one's available for pre-order, but on many sites it is readily available, so I don't know what that tells you. I thought that the Margot was a simple bag, and then this one just came and take the cake. I am not the target market for this. So I don't understand why. I do understand why, it's great quality, all of that. I don't want a logo, can't relate. You wanna know what, I don't know why I included it, because I am not the person to talk about this. If you didn't get my insinuation there, it's a nay from me specifically, because this is just simply not my vibe, so there we go. Speaking of quiet luxury though, let's talk about the Loro Piana Bale bag. This is a really cute little bucket bag. It comes in a number of different sizes. So you've got the micro, the small, the large, and I'm gonna go ahead and assume that there's a medium that nestles right in the middle there, but I'm not seeing a medium, but there might not be one. But basically, you've got this great little sort of bucket bag situation. It's got its little leather handles. The majority of them are in a grained calf skin. My particular favourite are where you've got a bit of a contrast. So for something like this, you've got a whisper white calfskin, and then a wheat bran / sun gold, possibly, handle. And then you've got this canvas strap that goes with it. I like this. I know, and I'm not a Laura Piana girl, okay? But if this one came in the right colour, I would be there. Look at that really cute little sort of toggle they've used as the fasten. It's great. I think it looks really nice crossbody. I think it looks even cuter held, you know, with the hands. What else with, Cassie? Your toes. And I just think it's cute. I just want more fun colours, but otherwise I think it's great. The large one, let's have a look. This is a silk cashmere one. It looks a little bit, oh, she's fluffy. She's ready for an alpine vacation. This is the one that I would go for, but again, I'm not mad about this at all. I like this. This is a yay for me, especially if you find a colour that makes sense for you, works for you, yes. This bag just walked the runway for Gucci Cruise 2026? Whatever the last cruise show was. It was done by the design team, and this was one of the bag styles that went down the runway, and I really like this because I like the way that the handle is part of the bag. It doesn't feel like a separate edition, right? You go through the bag to access the handle, and I like that. I also like the fact that you've got this web trim and all of this. You know, it feels kind of vintagey, it feels easy to use. Don't lie to me, she looks chic. She does. She's got here, it looks great. Top handle, it looks great on the shoulder. You know what, as I travel through life, the more I'm like, tote bags that allow for shoulder, like, come on, not enough of them around, not enough nice ones around. But anyway, I really like this. Do we know how she fastens? Has anybody told us? Okay, little magnetic closure, comes with a pouch, even better, okay? I also think the price is pretty decent for this. My only beef is the fact that it only comes in these two colours, so you've got the brown or you've got the denim. I mean, both are nice. I think that I would have just liked maybe something, you know, a little bit different maybe. The blue is nice. It's a nice bag. I think this is great. Once again, this is done by the Gucci Design Studio. Who knows if it will be here for more than a season before Demna comes in with his bulldozer and gets rid of everything we know. Keep that in mind, but otherwise, it's a yay. Miu Miu Ivy Sequin Tote. There's two Miu Mius in here because the girls are loving it. This and like the Chloe Banana Tote, really what's the difference? As in again, like it's not particularly shapely, it's just there, you know, and it's doing its thing. In theory, I would like this because it's sequin, but then I wonder how that actually feels against the body, especially if you're top handling it. That's going to be rubbing against you. Is it annoying? Is it going to catch on things? If I wear this with silk, is the silk going to be ruined? Questions that need answering. That's my kind of beef with it. I think for $1,800, there are better Miu Miu bags to be gotten. I don't hate the visual. I don't know. It's not wowing me. It's not making me excited about life. So that's going to be a nay. Cocoa Beach came out. I look like a brand ambassador. They would never have me. But anyway, they have dropped sort of everything kind of has this one particular print. It's a kind of floral in different sizes. It almost looks like waves or something like that. You've got it here on the flat bag. It's also present in... Okay, no, this is just like a terry cloth. You've got a terry cloth tote there. That is the cheapest Chanel bag you will find. So you can see it on this little like croissant looking moment. And then you've got the CCs like made out of the little flowers as well. The print doesn't necessarily wow me, but my issue with this is that it's denim, and these are done in like pastels or very, like this is a light grey, there's a light pink, I think there's a light blue. I worry about colour transfer. I worry about general wear and tear and dirt on light denim. So for that reason, I would say no. But if it was in like in slightly more saturated colours, then I probably wouldn't feel the same way. I just thought, in case you were considering, let me throw that out there. Dior's signature bucket bag. I like elements of this and I don't like elements of this. I think that it's like a really cute little cubey little bucket bag, right? And I like the fact that they're doing it in the normal blue oblique, but also, I mean, this is the Riviera, Dior Riviera small version. There's the black, there's, oh, she is ready for a night out. And she's gonna make you pay for it too. But anyway, this one, because this is a very like vintage, oblique style, especially in this colour with like the denim and whatever, right? That intrigued me. I kind of have beef with this leather panel down the middle. I feel like it should have been narrower so that the bag can collapse more easily in on itself, right? And so it can like pinch closed. Like here, that leather panel looks too wide, right? I think I'm onto something here. It looks like, you know, the handles are barely closing because of the width of that leather. I wish that it was narrower. And also, I'm not sure how I feel about it being crossbodied. Dior is doing a lot of sort of this kind of, I was going to say tactic. They're doing a lot of this sort of like crossbody strap that loops onto existing straps, which I'm not sure looks the cleanest, but I don't know if it also lays nicely against the body. So I'm not a particularly passionate nay about this, but I feel like it could have been better. But this is by far the best colourway, in my opinion. I think this is fun. It feels a little bit, you know, interesting from the normal oblique. So she's a sort of like, nah. Whatever. What sound was that? What bird did I just call? Next up we have the Loewe Fold Puzzle Pouch. This bag is almost as if the fold tote and the puzzle bag came together and had a shoulder-bagged baby. You kind of have a more streamlined, less complicated version of the puzzle that folds nicely in on itself. And I think it's a really good size. It can do a really nice evening or a quick shoulder bag for the day, which again I enjoy. And you can also crossbody, okay? You've got an adjustable strap there. I mean, you could also sort of hold it, like pinch it together as like a little evening clutch. It's not the most exciting, but I do like it. And I think that it is a good sort of like easy, get a lot of use out of, don't have to overthink it bag. Does it come in fun colours? Ooh, look at the vivid orange. Yeah, of course, that's the one that I am going to. Sea salt. I think that we should be calling all sort of off-white bags sea salt coloured. Generally, I'm going to give her a yay. Okay, I feel like this is a bit of a rogue one. This is the Saint Laurent Silk Jamie shoulder bag. And it sort of just looks like a drawstring pouch with a chain top handle, which it is. But forgive me for being sucked into the silk twill. I love this sort of like really rich, ornate paisley print that's throughout it. It feels very sort of vintage and like 70s, 80s. It feels like your grandma would have a sofa that's in the same fabric. And I kind of think that it looks quite good. The other thing to mention as well is that the YSL has embellishments, and I'll take it. I like this. I think that it's quite interesting. And again, listen, I know that I've had beef with other bags in this because, you know, they're too thin or they're a bit shapeless, but at least she's quite fun about it. I also like the fact that she has these long shoulder strap handles. Long shoulder straps would have been fine, Cassie. And it also comes with a pouch. I'm quite endeared by her, I am. And because of that, yeah, she feels vintage, feels cool. You could wear it with something like this, easily thrown over. She's given everybody a song and a dance. Yeah. The last bag is the newly launched Louis Vuitton Odyssey bag. This almost looks like one of those old school backpacks. You know the one I'm thinking about? It's got like all of the pouches on the side and the little flap that goes off the top with a toggle, which is exactly what this little, with, you know, like a little belt fasten, which is exactly what this has got going on. And I do like that about it. It also does have a leather crossbody strap and a little chain shoulder strap, or you can just leave it hanging for a little bit of something. You've got the pouches on the side. Yeah, she feels a little bit sort of like 90s, a tiny bit utilitarian, but in a different way than that we've seen recently. And I really quite like that about her. She's like a little bit edgy. She's got a little bit of something about her. Currently only comes in the monogram and something called a fashion leather, which just looks to be embossed monogram leather. Really? She's a little bit edgier. Okay, the monogram one is like a little bit on the safe side. She's got a little bit of like, I don't know, a little bit of unpredictability about her. Okay, you can't quite put your finger on it, but you're like, but she's quite cool, actually. I think that this is quite a good one. It's different. I like the fact that you can wear it in different ways. I really like it on the shoulder. It's going to be easy to crossbody. You could even take everything off and like use it as like a little sort of under the pit clutch moment for like an evening thing, but she still feels a little bit cool. A yay from me. Let me know which were your favourite picks in today's video. I'm going to leave a link to another video over here in case you haven't already seen it. Have an amazing morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. And in the words of my father,
if you've enjoyed it, tell your friends. If you haven't, keep your mouth shut.
I'll see you on my next video. Mwah. Bye, guys.